Hey Gaston students, Mr. Vincent here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. All right, so we're going to be taking a step backwards to take a look at a model of a car that's actually printable. And in order to do that, we're going to do a simple shape and add some items onto it, almost like a decorated car. And I've seen a few of these recently. I saw one the other day that had like Rudolph ears and a tail and a nose and that sort of thing. But think about like what you could do with a simple shape vehicle. And in order to get to SketchUp, of course, we're just going to log in right here with SketchUp Education. And once we're there, we're going to make a new document. And that should be in decimal millimeters, okay? Decimal millimeters. And once we're here, I'm going to get rid of that person. And I'm going to show you some specifications for this project here, okay? So this is what we're really focusing in on here, car dimensions. And these are the maximum size, the biggest that your car can actually be. And there's nothing good or bad about those sizes until you get to look at the size of the track. And then you kind of understand where we're coming from. And the biggest thing that we look at here is that the distance between this rail and this rail, where the wheels have to sit on the outside of, is 1 5/8 inches. What I'm going to do is type in 5 and then the quotation mark, which is shift, and then the button next to enter, the quotation mark, and then I'm going to press enter. And what will happen is it will make me a line 5 inches, and that's important because if we look at the dimensions here, 5 inches or 127 millimeters is as long as the car is allowed to be. And so then what I'm going to do is kind of come up with a little bit on the blue axis this way and a little bit more on the blue axis this way. I'm going to make sure that my car is not more than 51 millimeters tall. And so I'm going to come up here, and I don't want it to be 51. Let's say 39. It doesn't matter. There's 40. And then for the shape, this is kind of up to you. I don't know where that came from, but I'm going to make a curved top. I'm going to go from that curved top using a 2-point arc and just make it a little bit, like something like that for the shape of my car. Obviously, there's lots of different options you can do, but what I'm having you do is just make a side plane piece of your car. And then what we're going to do is create small holes, and they're going to be about 1 millimeter in diameter here. So I'm going to zoom in. And the radius, like around 1 millimeters is great. And then what will happen is this is going to end up being where our wheels are going to go. And so you see that red line there. I'm going to do the same thing up here. I want it to be 1 millimeter. And now I've got kind of the shape of my car. And what I'm going to do next is go back and look and say, okay, it could be up to this wide. But I don't want it that wide. What I actually want it wide is just big enough to go over the track. Okay? So I only want the car to be big enough to sit on top of this track. And I'm going to do that. And it's going to be, I don't want this in miles. Let's go to meters. So it's going to be 41, 42, I'm going to say 41 millimeters. And so I'm going to use push-pull. I'm going to pull this out this way. 41. I'm typing it in now on the keyboard. You saw me, 41 millimeters, and press enter. And as soon as I do that, I've got this nice little car here. Okay, this is kind of what I'm looking for your car. And then because we did not push-pull these axle holes, I can just click that outside part and delete it. And now we can see that, they go all the way through to the other side. So now, what do you want to do to your car? I would say add your name to it. There's that 3D text tool, add your name as a license plate. You're also welcome to go to the 3D warehouse maybe and add some things to the top to make it look fun. All right, guys, this is your second car, but it's really going to be your first because this model is going to just work. So head on in to turn it in when it's all decorated and looks nice. The instructions for turning it in are on the top in Teams where it says 3D print instructions. All right, Bengals, have a fantastic day.